support that's there is what you got to bring, which is the desire to do it and you want to do it. That's if you got that, man, everything else will come together. So just something to think about. Now, here's also something else to think about.
Okay.
But they're going to be doing interviews like very soon. So you put your resume in, and then that's where that process is coming. So you'll go through that process too. So I mean, I would say if you consider it, I would get together a cover letter and a resume.
Okay. Cover letter and a resume.
Look at God making these connections.
Right. You can use the exact same thing.
So that's why God wouldn't let me go to school.
Maybe that's it.
Because I be running, you know what I mean? I run from stuff.
That's all right.
Because I'm just, you know what? I felt like honestly speaking, this is why I never really ran for office, because I've always had financial struggles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, can I really be a poor person?
Yes.
Like sitting here, like, you know, like I got food stamps. Can I like have my Medicaid buying food stamps and in a position like this? Like, does that match? Like, shouldn't I wait till my business makes this much? Or like, that's like really, really like been my thing. You know,
if there's things you want to do, now that's the whole priorities. If you want to get your business straight, if you want to do this, man, do that. Do it. But man, if you think you can help the city, I mean, that's something, that's one thing we can, I mean, nobody can do that. That's something, because if you do it and you're not in it, man, you're hurting everybody.
Because I think I'm kind of like a councilwoman anyway, because of all the magnitude of people that are always coming to me for help, for information. You know what I'm saying? Like did we start out?
No, I just dropped. I got a question. Is that the same category of people that you asking for help? Do they all equal to the same category of the fields you guys are talking about?
Do they equal to the same category?
Yeah, like what do they? I guess what you said. What field are they in, and what?
Okay,
they're basically the people that she helping. It's just
it's just exactly. Yeah.
I just know that when people from 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy, black, white, red, blue, Muslim, Christian, and Jew, they are always coming to me for information. Whether it's information about help and services that can help whatever needs they have, or if it's how to contact certain parts of the government for certain things. You know what I mean? I'm always in the loop. You know what I mean? It's like,
do you do it?
I run, I
That's
do.
Amazing.
And then I just form groups of women, because I'm a person like this. I'm productive.
Yeah.
I don't gossip.
Right.
So if I'm with anyone, trust and believe, we're working on something, we got a project, we're in the middle of something. So when people call me up like, hey girl, what you doing? Well, I was in the process of making a couple phone calls and trying to help this young lady. She need to get into a domestic violence shelter or whatever. You're gonna participate in what I got going on, you know. Or I'm trying to hook up somebody because they said they got into a situation with the police and they violated their rights or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm the type of person, I'm always productive. So if there's ever anyone around me, and women like to come and they like to be around me, and women like to gossip, but I'm not a gossiper. I believe
get the information.
Her biggest power is going to help men. Women going to hate her.
Hold up,
she's going to help a lot of men.
Hold up,
if they attend to the
okay,
gotcha. I'm quiet.
All right.
What's up?
Y'all.
Introduce yourself. Introduce your business. What you got going on?
We did tell them we
just continue.
Cauley Long Production here for Reform Nation talking to Vincent Court.
What? Reform Nation?
Yes, man.
So why you don't go in there for your company?
No. Shit, relax.
All right, yes, sir. Shut the fuck up. You right?
Let's go. All right.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chloe Long, once again representing Chloe Long Productions. This is my podcast, Firestarter, and I'm working with Reform Nation Podcast. And we have a special guest here today, and I'll let him explain who he is. I'll pass the mic.
Hello, my name is Vincent Cauley, and I will be running for City Council next year. Born and raised here.
Wow. So, for those that don't know, what is the responsibility of someone that sits on the city council?
Absolutely. So the two main functions of a city council person. If you think of Congress, what Congress is to the United States, the city council is to Niagara Falls. What does that mean? One, we have the power of the purse. No money, no funds of the city is spent without going through the city council. And then number 2, the legislative policy of the city.
Wow. So so in other words, you represent the legislative part of
Yes.
the government?
Yes. Making laws, making resolutions, making ordinances. That's correct.
Okay, and so that's different from executing.
Yes, that's the executive branch. Yeah, that's carrying out. When we say you can spend the money, we allocate, hey, administration, you have $1,000 for this. They go out and spend it on what they're supposed to go out and spend it what we tell them to spend it on.
Okay, wow. So the council plays a very important role on what happens in the city.
What it's supposed to, 100%. They're supposed to be the body of government that's closest to the people. They're supposed to they're supposed to let the taxpayers know where their money is spent, how their money is spent, and what their money is being spent on.
Wow. And so what is the relationship that the council has with the mayor?
It's supposed to be a working relationship. The mayor goes to the council, says he has his ideas, whoever he is or she is.
Gotcha.
They have their ideas. Hey, council, this is what I want to do. Can you give me the money to do it? The council either says yes or they say no. And then the mayor goes about the results with what they say.
Oh, wow. So,
They're supposed to work together.
wow, okay. And so you said that you were on the council.
Yes.
Okay, how long were you on the council?
I was on the council approximately 1 year. I was fulfilling a term for the previous chairman who stepped down, and that opened up a spot on the council.
Wow. So what was your experience, to sum it up?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I love doing it. I can't wait to get back on there because it's getting yourself in a position to really help the city, because that's the one thing we're missing in our city. We have a lot of people that's outside of the government, but in order to really affect change, you gotta have people on the inside of government working with people on the outside of government together, moving in a forward direction.
Wow. Okay. And so with the experience that you have, being that you already sat in that seat, what was the relationship that you had with the other councilmen and women?
Absolutely. So with the other 4 men and women on there, we had a great working relationship. You're gonna disagree. You're 5 people.
Of course.
You're gonna disagree, but can you talk it out? Can you work it out? And if you have disagreements, you just have disagreements. They vote the way they vote. I vote the way I vote, and we deal with the consequences.
Okay. You said it better than I could. Deal with the consequences. So if I know that throughout my life I have come to the council and complained about different things that was going on in the city, and the councilmen back in this day 20 years ago, the councilmen really took me serious, and they really they helped me as best they could. They gave me advice, and they kind of let me know what was in their hands, the control they had. And if they weren't able to control the situation, they would direct me to who could.
Yes.
So I can say that one thing about the city council, or at least my experience, was the council is always willing to work with the people. What would you say is the biggest challenge that you faced sitting on that council when it comes to dealing with the people's problems?
Yes. So it comes down to those. To me, it comes down to those 2 branches. How our government is being ran, and the city council is supposed to be an independent body working with the mayor. The problem we have today is that those lines are blurred, and you have the executive branch controlling the legislative branch instead of the legislative branch. It's the council being separate and distinct from the mayor and from the administration. That's when you have problems with government, and that's when nothing gets done, or what gets done is based on one person's feelings or personality or issues, and the rest of the people get neglected.
Wow. In your opinion, how can we fix that? And I say we because this is our city.
It is we.
It's our city.
It is we.
How can we fix that?
It's finding the next person that you know in your sphere of influence that one isn't registered to vote. And if they're not registered to vote, get them registered to vote. And if there's somebody that you know that's registered to vote and they're not voting, get them to vote. And then once you get them to vote and they're able to vote, let them know who they're voting for and why they're voting for the person. That's how we take over. That's how we fix this city. Getting the right people, 5 independent-minded people working together that has the best interest of the city at heart. Period.
Wow. So then it boils down to the people
Yes.
registering.
Yep.
registering to vote,
Yep.
and taking control and being active.
Yes.
You know, we got a lot of complaints.
Yes.
But we need to know how to make those complaints, to take those complaints from just being us nagging and just throwing information out there and complaining. We need to know that we have power
Yes.
to change those things.
Absolutely.
But if we, as the people, and I say we because it's all of us, we all have to
It
take
is.
part. You know, if we don't go out, vote, register to vote, and vote, not just register to vote.
Exactly.
Get to the polls.
Get to
You
the
know what I'm
polls.
saying? Bring someone with you. This is how you take
That's it.
back your power.
That's it.
I'm the type of person that I like to empower all the people around me.
Yep.
You know, and I believe in not giving anyone anything, but letting people earn and letting people be accountable for their actions.
Yep.
You know, and that's how I run my household as a mother.
And that's
you
how
know,
it should be.
You know, and so that's how I move, period. You know,
Yeah.
and I encourage others, stop complaining. Get up and do something about it.
That's
You
it.
never know the power that's within you until you move on it.
Yep.
You know, we complain about a lot of things, and a lot of people got complaints. But one of the ways that we address those complaints is one, registering to vote, and then really listening to those that are campaigning.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I know I see a lot, you know, I know we're doing the presidential election right
Yep.
now. And I see they'll say, well, Donald Trump is being endorsed by this one, and Kamala Harris is being
Yep.
endorsed by this one. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? What are the policies
Exactly.
that they're going to implement?
Exactly.
Right? Because I don't care who comes and says, Chloe, I am voting for this person. I don't care.
Right.
That has nothing to do with me, who you
Right.
vote for, what you endorse, and it has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
I just want to hear what they're going to do for
Right.
the city. What are they going to do for the people? You know, in that case, what are they going to do for the country? I think we need to stop getting so caught up in people's personal lives and entertainers and
Yep.
entertainment and all the smoke and the mirrors. And I think we need to get back down to the basics.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this person going to implement? And if this person has already been in office and has already sat in a position, what did they implement
100%.
when they were in office?
100%.
What did they do?
100%.
You know, not what color they are, what complexion they are, what religion they are, who they used to go with, how they used to date. All of that is gossip.
Yep.
And it will never change our city, you know. So I'm a team player, and I believe that we all play a part, from the people that's voting, the candidates, those that's sitting on the council, the mayor. And
Yep.
if we can criticize you or the council, we can criticize the mayor. We need to criticize ourselves when
Yes.
we don't execute our power.
Yes.
And get up,
Exactly.
go out and vote, and listen to what people are saying. And,
Hey.
and after that, hold them accountable.
Watch what they do. Listen to what they say. Watch what they do.
And that means you got to pay
Yeah,
attention.
you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
You gotta go to council meetings. We get the agendas on the website every time, so make sure you know what's on that agenda.
No excuses.
And no excuses. You may look at that agenda every week and you can say, man, there ain't nothing on this agenda that got to do with me. But one time, there's gonna be a big agenda item on it that's very important. You're gonna be like, I missed it. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yep,
Gotta
that's
get
true.
engaged.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's stop it. Let's stop it.
You a Democrat? What's your name?